every single conversation that I've had with everyone that I've worked with at TikTok, I recommend to use this for that simple fact that it's risk-free.
Hi, I'm Jacqueline Snyder, and this is the Product Boss Podcast. I've helped launch and grow thousands of product-based businesses, even one of my own. And over the last 20 years, I've seen behind the scenes of businesses just like yours. Whether they are makers, manufacturers, artists, or food and beverage businesses, I have spent so many hours studying it all. I've discovered what makes them successful. What are mistakes they could avoid? How did they turn an idea into successful business? And what are strategies they have used to make more sales and be discovered by more customers? This is what this show is all about. Whether you're just starting out or you're looking to become $1 million product boss, I'm here to give you the permission to chase your dreams, no matter how big or small. All you need is the right mindset, a little courage, strategy, and support, and you too can be the next $1 million product boss. Let's do this. When it comes to owning a product-based business, your slow seasons are meant for you to be working on your business instead of working in your business. That's why now is the perfect time to focus on making sure your business runs as efficiently as possible. Finding the right resources to make this happen can be difficult, but my friend, it doesn't have to be. Thanks to Sales Hub from HubSpot. With this all-in-one platform, you can easily manage your customers, increase visibility, and dig deeper into your data with advanced reporting capabilities to help you know where to focus in your business. You know I'm all about focus over here. Plus, it's powered by AI, so you and your team, if you have one, can spend less time on administrative tasks and more time on what matters most, connecting with and taking care of your customers. With Sales Hub, closing deals is no big deal. Head to HubSpot.com/sales to try it for free. Hey, product bosses. I am so excited to bring you a very special episode today. I received so many questions about TikTok and TikTok shops and how you can sell your products there. So while using TikTok is not my thing because I've never really jumped in and learned how to use it just yet, I did recently bring in a guest expert to our mastermind program who works at TikTok. Yes, they work at TikTok to share his knowledge. That is the connection that we have inside of the Product Boss, our programs, and our mastermind. And today, I want to give you an inside look at the information he shared for getting your products up and running on TikTok shops and the benefits of their affiliate program so that you aren't stressed or overwhelmed at the thought of having to create even more content. Okay, so now as you listen to this episode, remember that not every platform is going to be the right fit for every product. But if TikTok shops is something you've been thinking about trying or are interested in, then I know you'll find this episode to be super helpful. So let's dive in.
It's a good question. There's two ways of kind of getting your products on TikTok. The shopping cart products created on TikTok is native on that platform. Now, in terms of how those products get there, you can either manually upload them through TikTok Shop, or additionally, if you have your own e-commerce site that's done through, for instance, probably Shopify is what I'm guessing, most of y'all use. We actually have a direct native 1P connection between TikTok Shop and Shopify. So during the onboarding phase, and I'll be sure to share information on this, you can connect your Shopify store to TikTok Shop, and that will be able to sync your product catalog over. And so that'll just show up in TikTok, and it'll look native to TikTok. So it'll have the layout and the appearance of products that were uploaded via TikTok, but they were just synced over from your Shopify store. All right, cool. We'll kind of keep cruising along in terms of what the setup process looks like. So TikTok Shop is going to be a fully self-serve onboarding process. And a common question is, is it the same thing as TikTok for business? Because I know there's kind of a couple different avenues that TikTok has. Oh, here we go. Quick question. Is the checkout on Shopify? No, the checkout is still going to be on TikTok Shop. And since the question is probably going to come up, we'll just knock this out now. In terms of fees, because I know, Shopify has their processing fee. So the fee that is associated with TikTok Shop when a transaction is done on our end is going to be 2% plus 30 cents on transactions. Yeah, that's going to be done on TikTok Shop, but the inventory is still synced up with Shopify. Question here, is there a review or waiting period for onboarding? If everything gets done right, usually our governance team is able to get things approved usually within like a day or two. It's a pretty quick turnaround. Now, if there's any hiccups along the way, if anything gets rejected for whatever reason, then that'll be a little bit extra time. But I've seen sellers go from start to finish in onboarding in like a day and a half. So it's assuming everything gets done right. It's a pretty quick and smooth process. So Nami, if selling, should you register as a business or can you still sell as an individual? You can still sell as an individual. And I'll be sure to share some information on that as kind of like how those are differentiated. So how do I get the cart added to my videos? I have TikTok connected to my Shopify, but I'm not seeing where the shopping cart comes up. So you might have your Shopify connected to your TikTok for business. So the only way that you're going to get that shopping cart icon come up is if you're already on TikTok Shop. That's where I like I mentioned, like it does get a little bit tricky, like TikTok for business, TikTok Shop, TikTok ads. There's like TikTok for, a couple different things. But in terms of getting shoppable content on TikTok, you would need to be onboarded to TikTok Shop and then have that Shopify connected to your TikTok Shop store. Well, back to the affiliate program. So kind of what that looks like in a nutshell. Like I said, it's getting people who do TikTok essentially for a living or are at least very good at it to make content for you. So the criteria to be a TikTok Shop creator is to be at least 18 years of age and to have at least 5,000 followers. So these people that will be working with your brands are people who already have a pretty decent reach, pretty good engagement. They know kind of how to work the system. And there's a couple different options that we give you for that affiliate program. So one of the options starts off with a shop plan. So the shop plan is going to be kind of more of a hands-off. If you maybe don't have a whole lot of time to allocate towards, this might be your best one for you. The shop plan allows you to upload your products into our affiliate marketplace. This marketplace is something that can be seen by TikTok Shop affiliates, and they can browse through there. Let's say you're selling our handy dandy eraser, and they say, "Oh, that's a cool looking eraser. I think I could make some good quality content on that. I want to work with them." They would order an eraser, and then they would get their own unique affiliate link that would have a commission attached to it. Standard commissions about 10-15%, but again, it's totally up to you. And that would just be a universal commission rate. So, hey, like anybody who wants to work with my product and sell these erasers, I'll pay you 15%. So from there, again, they would buy the eraser, have their own affiliate link, and then they would start making content. And when a sale is made within that content, once that order is fulfilled, shipped, and delivered, they would then get their commission. So the only time that money is ever exchanged in this affiliate program is when a sale is actually made. So there's no kind of monthly fee. There's no kind of sign up fee. There's no kind of like monthly payments that you have to make to these creators. It's not like $500 a month plus 10% or something like that. It is strictly commission only. So that's why it's really a risk-free kind of tool to use. And every single conversation that I've had with everyone that I've worked with at TikTok, I recommend to use this for that simple fact that it's risk-free. So let's say in an alternate reality, someone signs up to sell your erasers and they make 10 videos on it and they don't make a single sale. You don't have to pay them anything. So it's all results driven, which is really great for the sellers, and definitely a great tool to leverage.
It's podcast recommendation time, and this month I am obsessed with the Hustle Daily Show, hosted by Juliet Bennett Ryla, Rob Litterst, Ben Berkeley, and Mark Dent. Brought to you by the HubSpot Podcast Network, the audio destination for business professionals. I love their offbeat and informative takes on business and tech news. In one of the most recent episodes, they dive into how the pink Stanley tumbler rose is dominating water bottle sales. Thanks to internet fame, even though Stanley itself is a 100-year-old company. And now you know that I've done an episode on this and I am obsessed with the Stanley story. So this goes even deeper into the tumbler rose color. Now, as a product boss, this is the perfect example of what can happen when you find and lean into a marketing strategy that works for you. Listen to the Hustle Daily Show wherever you get your podcasts. Hey friends, are you unsure of what to say on social media or what to even send in your weekly emails? Well, what if creating content could be easy? Would you be looking for a shortcut to creating consistent content? Yes, consistent content, because you know consistency is key. Well, let me tell you, you are not alone when you feel like you're struggling on what to post or what to write in emails. And we know that you have that product part of your business down. But as you're listening to this podcast, you probably already know that to get more people to your products, to buy your products, you need to create great content. Oh, I know, I keep saying content, and that's the dreaded C word. And we can't tell you how many product bosses tell us that they want to create great content for their audience and their customers, but they don't know what to say, or they are so busy they can't find the time, or they really, really, really don't want to be the face of their brand. Well, no worries, because that's exactly why we created A Year of Content. It is your shortcut to creating consistent content that resonates with your audience and brings more loyal customers who can't wait to buy your products. If you want to see how easy this is and how easy it is to create content for your audience and your customers, head to www.ayearofcontent.com.
Now, another option that y'all would have, this is a little bit more of a hands-on approach, but usually yields a little bit better results, which is called the targeted plan. So within our Seller Center, we have something that's called Creator Connect, where you can essentially, it's kind of like a marketplace where you can browse TikTok Shop creators, which is pretty cool. So you can even filter down by like what kind of industry they work with, how many followers they have, what their engagement looks like, how much GMV they've driven, what their average view count is for lives, all those statistics. So if you want to get a little bit more granular and a little bit more selective as to who you work with, you can filter down by like, okay, who has experience selling, eraser and eraser like products, like things kind of more in your niche, in your target. And you can message these creators directly and essentially pitch your products to them, saying like, hey, I found you here. It looks like you have a great track record of selling these kinds of goods. I've got a product that I think, you would do really well with. I think we would work well together. What do you think? And from there, you can kind of open up that conversation, go back and forth in them, and you can actually negotiate a custom commission rate for each creator that you work with. So again, it's going to be a little bit more hands-on, a little bit more time consuming, but it's I usually pitch it as like quality over quantity kind of approach. So you might not be working with as many people as if you just put it out into the world for anybody to work with. But the folks that you are going to be working with, are going to be making content that are, relevant to your product. They have a good history and a good track record of successfully selling these kinds of products, which usually yield pretty good results. And all the commission payments that get made out once these sales are made, it's all automatically done by the system. So you don't have to do any kind of, backlog accounting, trying to figure out, who you owe what money to. And all the commissions and all the payouts that get made are easily viewable in your Seller Center. So you can kind of keep track of, who your most successful affiliates are and kind of what kind of sales that they're driving.
Okay, wasn't that amazing? I mean, to talk to the actual TikTok and like a real human being there, I hope you learned and has as many takeaways as I did. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this episode and if you found it helpful. So send me a DM over on Instagram @theproductboss and let me know. Now, we are always taking people and enrolling them or waitlisting people who are interested in joining our Inner Circle Mastermind. So if you love this episode and you want access to more guest experts and to be closer in my inner circle, all you have to do is send me a DM or head over to theproductbossmastermind.com to learn more in case this is something you're considering, because we are enrolling our next cohort. All right, my friends, until next time, I'll see you then. Thank you for being here and listening all the way through the Product Boss podcast. If you love our show and it has helped you in any way in your business, would you mind doing 2 things for us? Subscribe to the show so you never miss an episode, and leave us a review. Reviews help other product entrepreneurs know that this is the place to be to grow their businesses and realize that they're not alone. And we know that you all know that a 5-star and honest review helps you sell more products to more people. So you know that your reviews help us reach more listeners around the world. Remember, what we give is what we receive, and we are all about helping each other in the Product Boss community. We are all in this together. We would be so appreciative of you if you could take the time right now to subscribe, leave a review, and even share this episode on social or someone you know so we can impact more lives. And remember, subscribing means that you will get notified each time we release a new episode so you never miss a thing. You have helped us grow and climb into the top 10 of all marketing podcasts, and together we can keep climbing. Thank you, friends. And remember, there is room at the top for all of us.